I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition?
Of course! I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire?
I wanted to check up on Miss
Mostly fine.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform an...
All right. Thank you.
Well, want to explain it?
Of course. But I'm not partial to the word choice of, where should I begin?
Then Paimon will begin.
No. I just knew they were Fatui op...
You managed to monitor?
They came here with ulterior motives. Initially, I thought their goal was just to invest... Linny suggested that I had deliberately Of course, it's inevitable that the knave would make... I'm also quite curious about where that harp...
So you were hoping Linny's...
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into...
Are the rumors true? That you're also...
Why would you put it like that? Isn't staying here all day...
Oh, right! Paimon wanted to ask...
Me, of course. I paid her good mora to come down to the... As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent part...
And saving Fremenet was part...
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is due, that boy is... That's not something you should be asking after. Neuvillette only asked you to invest... All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden Zone had nothing to do with the Harbinger's disappearance.
But we've already uncovered that there's something...
You make a compelling case.
Yeah, Paimon...
Even if the truth may not be pleasant. Follow me.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Rise.
It seems you've forgotten just what kind of play... Stand on the center...
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa! So, this is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well hidden, Paimon sure doesn't see it. What a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your little...
Well...
Well, I had...
Huh. So there's a switch on the side.
Stand back.
Whoa! They all just went up one by one!
Go on, have a look. I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this place. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happened to have some free time when I noticed it, so I investigated. Any guesses what the reading could be tracked? Very reasonable guesses. I've considered the temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for something that rarely later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as over the past few days the needle has moved again.
The concentration of...
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the bottom of the sea, and yes.
But forget about the two of us. Not even... Oh.
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath this sluice gate. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial... If this continues, soon it will no longer be able to hold back the primordial sea at all. Yeah, you know what the legends say. If this place falls...
But that's just too weird! Why
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a vast... It's just that the secret of the Forbidden... There's no single... When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all criminals received... Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro... And so, leaning on the... As the number of exiles in the Hydro Archon, and with that... But as time went on, once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and some others chose to stay. They'd find some idle position and let their withered souls fade away after many, many centuries. Now and again, researchers managed to break one law or another and live out their days in the fortress. I learned all this from an elderly historian. Everyone else just thought he'd made it all up.
But now you know every part of it.
Indeed. It's just as to be frank, not prophecies are troublesome things. Let's go somewhere else. This is it.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone!
Huh?
No need to panic, you two.
What? After you...
I'm skeptical as well.
The results speak for themselves, don't they?
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. He used to work under Edwin. I trust that you've...
He's the one who blew the whole...
Edwin's main areas of research...
You want to...
What a lovely idea.
Gotta admit, huh?
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my...
Ooh, are they together?
See? Everyone keeps asking this question. Are you two...
Your Grace!
If I dated her, I'd officially be...
Jeez, forget I said anything then. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do it.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
What a huge... This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen.
How much do you know about Fontanian history? Well, then maybe you haven't heard the story of ancient Lemuria. According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seers. He called his nation Lemur.
There's a ship in this story too?
Where there's water, there'll be ships. People
Do you believe that too?
to a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor, materials, and so the moment I began to speculate that the
Were you inspired by the legend?
maybe. Fontanians need something to hold. We're the workers to find out the truth behind this ship. Rot as the fortress's administrator. All right, that's enough talking for now. Seems like you're good. I'll leave you here for now.
Oh!
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share what you just saw. What you do from...
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it for sure.
Great. I look forward...
We're back!
Welcome back.
How can you be so much like...
While I was sedated,
Must have been Risley and C.
yeah, I heard one.
I really can't make. So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to.
Yeah, he explained everything.
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculations? Yeah, I took the time to rest.
Nobody else is around, and Miss Sejuine is also.
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself three. Firstly, why was Fremine affected by the primordial?
Ooh, he's good.
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Wriothesley's attitude changed dramatically. I spent quite a long time thinking about this. If he has been monitoring the Fatui, what's more, the Fortress of Meropide is not— as long as the fortress doesn't do anything about— if I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on himself.
You're super...
Thanks so much. If Wriothesley does have a plan, what could it be? All I know— that can't be the full extent of what he— I don't have enough information, so I have no idea.
The sea will engulf everyone.
Could Wriothesley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to— If you remember, I once mentioned that Father sees the House of the Hearth as her base of operation.
Or perhaps he didn't know and just wanted to bring Father.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. I understand your concerns as well, Traveler. The two of you have already aided us far too much. If you ever need anything else going, though you may not share the
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Lenny when it
why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength, you might not—
Aw, the sound of that makes Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll catch you guys... as well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too, Missy? And I'm taking the opportunity to... Huh. You're right. What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Woolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like. Me too! Don't forget... No problem. So delicious. I'm so happy. Feeling full yet? How's the food? Delicious. I'm so glad to see you all so happy. Oh, Sigewine, do you do this to help your patients? A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking. You're really good at taking care. Really? You're... Oh, and what did you mean back... Oh, that. Thankfully, Glorand is... Although the path was blocked, we... Oh, and I was keeping an... You were all super... It's just what we... Oh... Get a good night's rest, you two. I'm super sleepy. Are you delicious.
Out of my way! Get what happened? Why is no idea, but something must have happened. Stop asking!
Uh-huh. What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
There's no time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't
They're here! Yeah! There you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
Quisto and Lavaroon, do you know what happened here?
We came here especially to inform you. Something seems to have gone terribly wrong just now. Lavaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends.
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up? What?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should come with us. Yeah, he said to get as far away as...
Oh no, it can't be that thing!
Whoa, wait, what? What? Hey, where are you going?
We have to go find the Duke! You two just go and get out! Go on without us!
Hey! Be careful!
Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible. Attention! Please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move...
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, 2, 1.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense. The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Neuvillette? Why are you here?
Traveler,
I need you to head to the Opera House. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina, and make... Will do. You...
Look! There are a ton of Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial...
Oh, so you two are the honored guests, Miss...
Of course, of course! How c-
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler.
I've already prepared seats for you.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get together for... See this? This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adored.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what child said... I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have...
Since...
Oh, so against ordinary people, my colleague would never be on the back...
but I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see... Oh, and just...
Because...
And where did he go after leaving the fort?
Well...
The fortress of Meripede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate. Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear To...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long... Hold on. The water in the...
I suppose this is also a sign of the...
Huh? I don't quite understand.
Have we entered into the next stage of the prophecy?
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
Day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. A tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. was too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
All right. Seems like...
Let me guess. We're safe. Indeed. I win this bet.
Very well. It was indeed.
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your...
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for a...
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
That wouldn't happen to be a dig.
Well, I'm sure His Grace does...
I was under the impression the residents of...
That was obviously a... Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business.
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly.
I must say, Miss Farina, as the
What are you trying...
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representative. Yet, here you are, relaxing. The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. But you?
You're wrong. I've never ignored the...
I am not alone in my... Oh, great Hydro Archon. How...
I have my ways. And I've been working on them for all this time. Even Fontaine will be saved.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been...
My machinations are just like the prophecy...
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies... Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible... Oh, that look in your eye...
The emergency response plan...
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, and what do you plan to do with the
The oratories? It's just...
So you also have no idea. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the oratories. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you Oh, right. I almost forgot. Judex Nouvillette.
Yeah.
Of course I will. Although, I must say, Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left. Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle You too, Pipe.
Thank you. Oh, Paimon.
You're welcome. I'm sure the cake also it is getting late.
Very well. We'll end it.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss...
Paimon's coming too!
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course, child was just an excuse.
That's what Paimon thought!
You lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, do I look like an irresponsible father to you? That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal setting. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out.
They've all been working very hard at...
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. But away, and you can just consider you are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for— Forget it. He did give us an opportunity. I will be meeting someone shortly.
Do you require help with any—
No need. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter. You dare to run from me? Stop right—
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But anything left unguarded is usually just bait. It's just as I guessed in the second. In fact, this arc—
Who are you?
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So, I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. Afterward, there's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility I have to find the Gnosis.
Yes, Father.
My dear children.
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of—
Probably the handiwork of that—
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. Set up a meeting for me. Oh, and—
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappeared. The initiative belongs— You should know the rest. Lenny's group is quite close to you, so they wouldn't have hidden anything. It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, though I am a servant of Her Majesty the Tsaritsa, over my years of service, of course, that is all just how I feel. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after— Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? Ultimately, though, you don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly.
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to— So as expected, the knave has turned up. Permission granted.
Whoa. It can't— You can't tell us?
If by the phrase, "you guys," you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I believe so. The fortress has a long— And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us. I mourn.
Huh? Why is it—
You may be closer to the truth.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of— Huh?
Please do not be so surprised. My apologies.
We were just guessing randomly. We did—
You guessed.
Right. There's—
Please, go.
Well, then since Fontaine—
None of the currently living They say that when
There are 7—
The dragon sovereign of water. In any case, I believe, given the status quo, however.
Oh, so even—
I still have some urgent matters to—
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, we'll see you another time.
Take care.